this, how many, third, fourth time?
Must be, yeah.
Fourth? Something like that. Wire's here, Nicky Wire of the Manic Street Preachers. Oh, they're a busy, busy band. Oh, you're busy boys.
We are busy boys at the moment.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Is it
Feels like proper work again.
good to be back on the treadmill again? All our solo albums are behind us.
All that tuneless drivel has been...
Changed his album wasn't bad. Look, the Kiffin was quite nice.
So yeah, it's all done and dusted and back on the. I hesitate to call it a treadmill, but back working again.
Oh, we're refreshed, actually. We feel good.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, this is it. The
Feel
second,
energised.
the kind of sort of gossip, I don't mean gossip. I mean, messages from Phill is that everyone is just very up for it and just,
We're up for it!
not mad for it, dear boy. Up for it's a very different
They did
thing.
two of the Oasis.
No, we are. It's good. We got all the stuff out of the way with our solo albums, all kind of vanity projects, the vanity songs, and this just feels great to be back together.
Vanity project. No, a vanity project is a little lady in Surrey publishing her own poems, not a solo album, dear boy. So it's and of course quite an extensive tour as well.
Yeah,
I
can't
say.
wait. Actually, I think it's about 22 dates.
It's quite brisk. It's
Yeah,
good.
Jim.
And Glastonbury as well.
Yeah,
Which is good, because one way or another, I know my kids will definitely get to see it, because it's one of those, watch the Manics.
and Nina's coming to Glastonbury as well to do the duet with us.
Fabulous.
So that should be great.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. That's a very good call there, getting her on for that vocal. It's quite often people will collaborate with female vocalists, and it somehow doesn't seem, but there's a bit of a why.
When you came in last
Yeah.
time and you said, "Oh, she's going to do it," we've done a duet for her. I was imagining sort of power ballad, and then this turned out
Like Heart or something.
yeah.
If you remember the first time I came on, it was just an idea. When I came on about everything was going, I said, "Oh yeah, in our dreams." So it was brilliant, and we did a video with her last week. She was
I've seen it. It's good.
She was great.
Yeah.
She's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, marvellous. You know what, let's play it, and then we can bang on about what they're up to, and then, have you brought some records in? I
have
believe you
indeed,
were asked
yes.
to. Good man. What's he got here? There's all sorts of... Is that a Sex Pistols record?
Yeah.
Skids, Husker Du.
Skids.
Good man.
Oh, I
You
love
just done your enough of the Pistols on the radio.
You will in about 10 minutes.
She broke me, Nicky, she broke me! So it's the Breakfast Show here on BBC Six Music. Of course, the Manic Street Preachers, Your Love Alone Is Not Enough. We'll have to play something else from them. So you've brought in some Sex Pistols, and you just posited that you didn't hear enough on the wireless.
Sorry?
Sex Pistols.
No, I know. Did you know wrong? It's just such a. I remember Guns N' Roses did a cover of this early on, which is fantastic. And, you just don't hear them on the radio.
Yeah,
They're the greatest rock and roll band this country's ever produced.
They are.
They're untouchable.
Did you ever go and see any of the reunion shows? I was a touch ambivalent about
I
that.
didn't want to.
No?
We were at a festival in Belgium once, and they were headlining, we were below them, and James went and got Steve Jones to autograph his white Gibson. As a kind of lineage there.
Which is weirdly enough is when I went to I was at a later with Jules and Green Day were there, and it's weird because Green Day's so sassy, so big, so ballsy. I know he's only a little fella, but he's quite ballsy. But Simonon and Jones were there, and suited, and just sat there being old lads from West London, and Green Day just kind of just folded in on themselves really quiet and crept up to them and got them to sign their guitars. But forelock tugging. It was actually quite. Could you sign my guitar?
James got his autograph laminated, so he's still got his Steve Jones autograph on his white Gibson.
Oh, that's not too shabby, is it? Really?
The bass player from Green Day, his cafe in Berkeley is named after the Clash song.
Is it really?
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, his cafe is actually named after the Clash song. He owns like a little kind of cantina bar thing.
I'm so bored with the USA, it's cool.
Yeah, that was what your cafe would be called. Or Joneses.
Jonesies.
I like it.
eggs. Brilliant.
So this you're right. This one doesn't get heard on the wireless. What's this taken from? This is from what? This is a.
It's some kind of compilation sort of shenanigans, but I'm not. Kiss This, I think it's off.
Ah, that'll do.
It's quite a bit of a rarity.
Nice. What? What? Yeah, no. You said, and I was. We're still trying to. It's there somewhere under. It'll be under you, won't it? We can find more.
You put it.
More what? Why? Do I have to excuse me? So it is the breakfast. Actually, that was the weird thing. That's one of the great things is that I have in the last and it has happened in the last 5 years. You know, this whole preconceived. Good Lord, I'm falling to pieces. Preconceived nature of what people are like, and then all I knew about you was what happened with Billy, and then reading those terrifying interviews in the papers where honestly my hair would be slightly blown back off my face reading them in the papers. It was a real what the dealio. What you have matured quite beautifully, dear boy, like a fine wine. Is this an intention, or is this the way things have gone?
I think we were always the same people. It's just that discourse and bitchiness is all healthy, and it's only words.
But this is it. You will learn from that. There was a marvellous thing the other night on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart on. Yeah. He had John Bolton, the former US ambassador to the United Nations, on, and he said to Bolton at one point, he goes, well, why can't Bush be more like Lincoln, who deliberately surrounded himself, his cabinet, he packed with opposition politicians, so that there would be that discord and disagreement, which would foment a more clarified kind of view of where America was going. And Bolton said to Jon Stewart, well, I think that your view of history is wrong. And in the show the next night, he got in the leading authority on Lincoln's biographer, who said, actually, the Secretary of the United Nations is talking out of his arse. Because that's exactly what Lincoln did do, is that he did surround himself. And I've always, I thought that is important to have
words
disagreement.
Yeah, disagreement's good, words are great. It doesn't lead to anything serious. It's just, it can lead to something good. But, people should be more like that. I mean, our early ones, obviously, we made a few mistakes, and obviously we were quite fearsome, but there was always an element of ridiculous kind of
how much I just wonder how much kind of stage management is it before you go into an interview. Do you think I'm going to give them a hard time just because I'm going to? Did you ever do that? Just go, I'm bored, I'm going to give them a rough ride.
Richey definitely had a book of quotes, which which would come out at the time, which he did a lot of research, just to get things moving.
Oh man, you've got to love that. Hey, we'll be back. There'll be more of this sort of idle banter after. Stick around, because honestly, as you can probably sense, this show's got a foot out the door.
Digital radio.
That's just showing off.
Just
showing off. He's only a little man. Oh. He's a little man. He's in good shape, and he plays the drums very fast. That's the Manic Preachers' Underdogs here on BBC Six Music, from the forthcoming album title,
Send Away the Tigers.
There you
exclusively
go.
Revealed 8 months ago.
It was on this very show, which was marvellous. Was it one of those that was let slip by accident? I said something unbelievably secret on the radio that loads of people sort of went mad about. I can't say it again. I can't even mention it again. But I was at an OB and said something, and James's eyes went really, and James's eyes went really big and went, you shouldn't have said that. But I can't even mention it now. But it's to do with Glastonbury. So it is it's not the Manics, by the way, at Glastonbury. Do you know what slot? Where are you?
I think we're playing with the Who. Beneath the Who, something like that.
That's very nice.
Right, that'll do. Great, yeah.
Oh, we played the Who this morning. That version of "Baby Don't You Do It."
Oh,
just then covering old R&B, which is
I did bring the Who in, but because you had played it, I wasn't allowed. I was wanted to play the real me.
Din din din. Yeah. This is what's in preparation for a period of work. This is quite a really odd thing. I mean, I tend to when I was doing stand up, the longest a period of work would be that you were looking ahead of was like a 2-3 month tour. Yeah. That's all you'd have to think about. Whereas you boys think in terms of it's a year to 2 years a campaign for an album, isn't it?
I think this time, so far the reactions have been so good, and people really want us everywhere around the world and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite a daunting prospect, but. This time we just, because it's an album we can really play live, we struggle with live because for us it was quite a complex album, a soft album, a lot of beauty, but we can just make a lot of noise with this one, so it just feels easier, to get on stage and play it.
Yeah, but it's that sort of the period of work that's stretching ahead of you. How does one kind of bring an element to that of that will free the mind up somehow? It's because there was, a couple of years there was the whole Cuban thing. A couple of years went to Cuba. That was obviously something like a jewel in the middle of
a very expensive,
jewel indeed. But
no, I know what you mean. I just like to get on with the organisation of it. I mean, I tend to kind of research all the hotels and
he really does,
and all that kind of stuff. So
would you are you sort of a stay out of town somewhere boutiquey kind of guy?
I'm a bit of both, really. Sometimes the old classic hotels. all that.
Sometimes it's got to be a Holiday Inn and sales reps at the bar.
Don't you remember
It's true.
when we went to Swansea?
Yeah.
And we got into that hotel and he didn't, and
Yeah.
he went up the wall.
Oh, he wasn't best pleased, was he?
I can't believe you stayed there. And James was laughing. James, your singer, of course, was laughing, going, "I've stayed there. It's nice."
I know.
Well, when is your film coming out?
It's well, they're coming over to hopefully. They reckon they got 20% left to film.
Yeah.
They've only done like
They were filming in
18 months.
Swansea. Yeah.
I know. Oh, it's just been never ending. It's been really painful and difficult, but that's why I think it might turn out pretty
And
good.
they've got to film Sean running up the town stairs at Philadelphia Town Hall, and then going to the top and going, Adrian! So have we got, is there some more? There was some more. I've loaded some more music. Husker-Du. Why are we playing this?
I just another band you've done your before you lot came along, Six Music. You didn't your Husker-Du at all.
And after we've gone, you won't again. Believe me.
Author! Marvellous, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, that was 4 easy runs to short cover. Excellent stroke, sir. Excellent stroke. Well done. They are again.
such
He
a
got me
brilliant-
into them. They're just fabulous, you know.
Can you imagine how huge they? I mean, back then it was just alternative rock didn't sell that many records, but God Almighty, they're such a brilliant band.
Husker-Du.